Who's NHS?
NHS!
Who's NHS?
NHS!
Now we've got to fight. These bastards love it, I'll tell you. Colleagues, the next speaker doesn't really require too much introduction. He's been leading the campaign inside the People's Assembly against austerity since its conception. He's the National Secretary of the People's Assembly against austerity, Sam Fairbairn.
Yeah! Thank you, Steve, and Parliament Square, you're looking beautiful today. We're here today during the biggest crisis the NHS has faced since its foundation. We're here today because the Red Cross has declared a humanitarian crisis in the NHS, because wait times have reached the worst in history, because hospital departments are shutting down up and down the country. We're here because patients are dying in corridors, and because the NHS staff are overstretched, underpaid, and they can't cope anymore. We're also here today because what is this government doing about all of this crisis? Nothing is the truth. They are doing nothing to address this crisis. In fact, the truth is, as this crisis gets worse, Jeremy Hunt just goes into hiding. Theresa May just lies her way through interviews and doesn't address the issue. And the government is actually planning on cutting a further 22 billion from the NHS budget. We're here to say that's not good enough, that's a disgrace. We're here today because the truth is the Tories are deliberately driving our NHS into the ground. They're deliberately breaking it up. They're deliberately creating this crisis so that they can privatise it, sell it off to their mates in the corporations and in the big business. What more evidence do you need than this, than when Theresa May refuses to keep the NHS out of any trade deal with America and with Trump? We know that privatisation only means cutbacks, a drive down in wages, a reduction of the service to maximise profit, and that is the Tories' ideology. And that's why it hasn't stopped at the NHS. The same thing is happening in our education system, transport, housing. All of our public services are facing the same disgraceful outcomes. And they say that the state has no money to do these things, but it's very, very simple. You tax the corporations, more, not less. You clamp down on tax avoidance. You scrap Trident and stop waging wars. This is a very, very simple way that we can properly fund our health service and all the other things that people need. And now we have a choice. We either keep the Tories and lose our NHS, or we keep the NHS and lose the Tories. And friends, today is just the start. It has to be just the start of a massive campaign. We can't just go home after today. We need to get involved with our local health campaigns. We need to get involved with our local People's Assembly groups. And we are going to be organising a day of action, of direct action and all these kind of things on the NHS's birthday on the 5th of July. So look out for that. Thanks very much. I'll see you later.